So Dan, I've heard you say that you believe that you'll beat Geelong. Can you just give us a bit of an idea as to why you think that and how you'll need to go about it to beat them?
What they don't have, I think, is the quality of some of our players. They don't have the psychological drive we have. We've beaten Geelong when it matters. Anzac Day, Friday, big day on the calendar for the nation. A lot of early mornings, a lot of paying our respects, dawn service, all happening today. You're in the Anzac Day special. St Kilda.
Oh, I might even stand up.
Have a look at this. This is clean. That's very clean.
They're not missing the Saints when it comes to the Guernseys, are they?
Saints don't. They do one thing really well, probably better than anyone else. Just releasing a Guernsey for the sake of releasing a Guernsey. That looks good.
That's true, actually.
And this is great because it's Anzac Appeal round, so that's obviously they're going to make one. But I think just in general, the Saints will release a Guernsey for literally anything.
Yeah, it's bit of downtime. Guernsey.
Can you wear that tomorrow or not? Or what's your dress code tomorrow?
Just a polo, media polo. I might, instead of wearing baggy pants, I'll probably
tighten
them up a bit. And then do a boot instead of a relaxed shoe.
A formal setting is a real in-tight pant.
Yeah, exactly right. The more formal it is, the tighter they get.
Yeah, that's why Noah Bolter had like skin on.
Oh, they were
super.
Spray on pants, Kiss Chasey style.
So how are you feeling? 24 hours out now, essentially.
I'll be fine, mate.
Have you seen the script yet?
I have seen the script. It came through late last night, so we're good.
Once again, we don't want to pile on the pressure of your big day tomorrow, but you're on TV. Game?
Yeah, I'll be fine, mate.
I know you will be.
I'm a little bit nervous, but it's no different than normal. I'll just pretend that, as we were saying, I had the experience a couple of weeks ago with Maddie's match and talking about Maddie's life in front of the Revolt family was... That actually I was probably more nervous for because, when you're talking on behalf of, a death in the family, when it's not your family, I was really nervous about that. So... This should be okay. We'll be right.
This is great. Well, you're just going to be speaking on behalf of our country and paying our respects to those brave men and women who served and continue to serve. So, easy. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Look,
not much.
If I had to be totally honest with you, would I prefer that the quarter-time Red Rooster activation was being broadcasted? Sure. I feel slightly more in my wheelhouse in that area.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
We have full faith, mate. We're all behind you. We cannot wait to see it on TV. What time's a 1:10 game tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So probably you're on TV about 1-ish, 12:50 maybe.
I reckon a bit earlier. Yeah, 12:45.
A bit early time to do all the formalities.
Yeah, there'll be quite a few tomorrow. So.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that game is coming up. There was a game last night that we have to review.
Do we have to?
This was just 17th versus 15th. A game that probably should have had itself a 10 p.m. curfew.
Yeah. Correct.
If we're being completely honest, because I went to bed. Mm-hmm. You went to bed. Mm-hmm. We knew exactly what was going to happen. Probably from the first 15 minutes in the game, it was going to go one way. Richmond would be around. They'll hang around, and then after half time, it just opened up completely. So a real tough one to get through, but we got through it. So it did kind of feel like the whole Tigers maybe thought that they had a curfew as well at halftime.
Maybe there was some confusion. You're thinking
the third quarter, Dees blew them out the water.
Yeah.
So I watched it going, oh no, boys. Bolter has the curfew. You guys can keep playing. That's all good. But they got blown out in the third quarter and they decided to go home. Dees win by 20 points. And one man did it all. Had a dawn service this morning. Had a Gawn service last night. Max Gawn is a dog. I don't know how he keeps doing it. We have thought that maybe 33 now. The cliff is coming. He's going to fall off. There's some big boys running around. Some big, energetic young bulls going through the league in the ruck position. He said, no. Still the top dog. Mm-hmm. He was huge. 25 touches, 9 marks, 31 hit-outs, 6 clearances. So, for me, discussion's over. Greatest ruckman of all time.
Has to be. Who's in the top 3?
Gawny. I probably don't make the top 3.
Oh, you'd be in
Coxie?
And about. Yeah. Yes,
Dean Cox, 2.
Yeah.
Third. Not sure.
There's daylight there.
There's a lot there.
Isn't there between those two?
I mean, Todd Goldstein's probably pushing for a top 3 selection of all time.
Surely not.
But his prime, Goldie's prime was unbelievable. He's got the most hits in the league, I think, ever.
Yeah, right.
All time. So, but Gawn, just back to, he is the best ruckman of all time.
Yep.
The greatest ruck, probably now I'm looking at this going, what he did last night, what he did the week before. I'm thinking best captain in the league. There's a few good ones, but for me, I'm like, Gawny is just very obviously a captain. Hey, boys, take a seat. There's enough seats on my back. Let's go.
I think I think you're spot on. What other captain not only does it on the field, but more importantly, does it in the press conference room?
Got larynx awareness off field. So he was just huge. Once again, it feels like if he doesn't play well, then the D's don't play well. And he knew that they're in a tough spot. They're 1-5 or facing 1-6. Very hard to play finals then. He says, boys, third quarter, I'm going to come alive here. Let's go to 2-5. Let's get this place feeling good. Let's get the vibes high and takes them to a win. So also, I've been thinking, not best player, absolutely not best player over the last 10 years or so, but talk about most influential player who can have influence on a game over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
He'd be right up there.
He'd be so far up there.
You have players that can win a game like Cripper, who's won a couple of Brownlows, Lockie Neal, like maybe the back end of Buddy, who just had these moments where you go, that's brilliant. But most influence over a game, Gorney's right up there.
Not to interrupt, but I'm having a look at a quick article of some of the best ruckmen. Big oversight, Aaron Sandilands.
But was he great or was he just like a big son of a bitch?
He was pretty good.
What are his accolades? Do we have them?
So we've got here, starts with 211 centimetres. So that's a big accolade in my book. When you're sitting at a firm 179 centimetres, I mean, that is a big one.
I think in the ruck position, it does help to be like 12 centimetres taller than any other ruckman.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So it says here, the game's all-time hit-outs leader with 8,502.
Not Goldie, okay.
So that's pretty good. Played 271 games. A four-time All-Australian, averaged over 20 hit-outs per game in 16 of his 17 seasons.
Yeah, okay, pretty good then.
That's pretty good.
Off a rookie list too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, he was a big, okay, Aaron Sandland is his top three. So it'd go Gawn, Coxie, Sandy.
I'm happy with that, if you're happy with that.
I am. But as we get, Gorney was good. After the game, we saw him on the bench. Now, he was on the bench for a long time.
He was.
For like the last 6 minutes. And then the siren went, and I think I don't know what he pulled Goody up for, but we saw it on the telecast that it was kind of him saying like, hey, don't you ever leave me on the bench for this long again.
Or don't you dare say anything about me in the press conference.
Yeah, I'm not saying a word, but don't leave me off the field for so long. You know, I'm the captain now. I'm even the coach now.
Yeah, Q in the rack, though. I don't mind it from Goody.
He was there 6 minutes.
That's true. That's quite a while. And they came back.
So he had to talk to, we don't know what he said, but we do know that in the post-game presser, they were asking him about the coaching staff, how things go in the moment, the first few weeks. And he said that, you know, I think our coaching staff is great. Jocko Williams, is the best coach that I've ever had.
Wow.
Interesting take. Because Goody is a premiership coach.
True.
And so he's saying, oh, actually, Mark Williams is probably the best coach I've ever had in my life.
Well, he's also a premiership winning coach, though.
He is, but he was saying the people he's brought into the club from Port Adelaide, he has such a big influence and he's so passionate about the footy club. So just not a big thing, but just a little ears up, eyes up moment going, oh, that's interesting.
Well, yeah.
And he has a funny footies. Choco, did you see that?
Funny footies?
He designed this football. I'm sure we might know this, that it's like, you know, the swing king in cricket, where if you positioned your fingers at a certain point, it'd tell you it's going to do an outswing or an in-swing in backyard cricket. Now, I don't think those things ever worked because mine would never do it in swingers or out swingers. Mine would just like
fairly
floaters.
Consistent.
Yeah, pretty consistent. Yeah. But Choco created the football, did the same thing where if you put your hand on like the certain markers, it would swing in or out. Or if you was going to hit it straight, you could see the ball spinning a certain way and the red line would tell you you've hit that really well. So
it's not the one, maybe I'm thinking of a different one. It's like a kid's one where it's also got the hand placement on the ball.
Something like that, yeah, similar.
Okay.
So he invented that and he took them all down to Melbourne and then, like, obviously, I don't know if it was in their premiership year, I don't know if it was there for the flag year, but they've been kicking these footies that he kind of designed, which is cool. So
that is cool.
It's very cool. So he's the best coach that Gorney's ever had. And, I mean, Melbourne might be screwed without him. He's 33 now. Who's their ruck coming through?
Well, exactly.
Bring in Luke Jackson back. That was the rumor. Bring him back. Like, it's very scary to see like what this team would be without him.
Well, you think of succession plans with coaches. That was the almost perfect succession plan in the ruck department, wasn't it? Really,
if they kept him.
Yeah. Made sense.
It would have been big crowd at this game as well.
Yeah, good on him.
34,000.
Let me have a look.
Now I would have thought it would have been 60, but 34 is probably a 200% increase on what they normally get.
Was it actually?
It was 34,000. Yeah,
could have been bigger.
Could have been bigger. A lot bigger. So Melbourne fans still struggling at the game.
Yeah.
Again, admittedly, a bit like Freo, in the wrong time zone and time slot for them.
That's true.
So very confusing with primetime Thursday. You're looking at it going, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's true.
Why? But as you said, well done Dees. A really good feel-good game for them. Their stars got back into form. Track 28-2. Jake Bowie having a serious season, had 32. Fridge also was back in goals. His hair is something just to behold.
I think it's got worse.
Is his hair getting worse somehow?
It certainly looks like it's moving less.
His hair's been reinforced.
Yeah.
So he's gone with the shaved side now. And it's like the half kind of concrete slick back. It does not move.
No, it's terrifying.
It's horrible. So let's draft the best hair in the league. Bailey Frisch, number 1.
Hang on, did you say the worst? We're doing the worst?
Best.
Oh, the best.
Bailey Frisch is my number 1. A hairstyle that doesn't move while you're performing.
That's true, actually. Strong hairline as well.
It's very much like, hey, this guy's got a Lego character hairstyle.
Yeah, correct.
Like it's printed in. So go him. Will Ashcroft.
Absolutely.
Bailey Smith is third. Baz.
Yes, and I also want to say I think his hair's better this year. I think
Why?
it's
long,
not,
is it?
It's not a mullet anymore. It's just long. I think it looks a lot better.
Okay. I had Sammy Draper at 4. Just always clean. It looks washed all the time. This is your department, actually,
That's
the hair
true.
stuff.
I don't think it. I would argue I don't think it does look washed.
Okay.
I think it looks like it probably needs more conditioner. It looks slightly on the greasy side. You know.
Yep.
Like he might be going heavy on the sea salt spray.
True.
Like I will say that.
Uh-huh.
But he also sweats a fair bit. So like
it could be sweat too.
It could be sweat.
And I'm trying to think of who's the 5th one here.
I tell you what, when it was, it's not so much now, but when it was at full flight, Jack Sinclair had phenomenal hair.
He did. Yeah, flying at the back.
Like, really nice.
Yeah.
I was always really into as well Harry Himmelberg's hair when it was a lot longer.
Oh, it's a bun.
Yeah, but it was just a really nice, clean cut.
Yeah.
It held well in a bun or down. It
Yeah.
looked good.
So it's just pretty much what we're talking about here. The best hair in the league is like any player who looks like they should play for Geelong. That's where we're kind of at. Any kind of head. That's this
kind
list.
of the
This list is
territory.
like any guy who's got long hair with a headband. We're going, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's it, because for a long time there, we had the faux hawk that was in.
Yeah.
Now long hair's back.
Yeah.
You're ahead of the curve.
Thank
for
you.
sure. Richmond fans, more of the same for you guys after this game. Like, you know exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
You got your 2 wins. You're probably 2 wins further down the track than you thought you were going to be this season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us saying you weren't going to win a game. You've won 2. You only lose the game by 20 points now. Now, a lot of the goals are in junk time. Made it look better than what it was, but this is okay.
Still got to kick him, though.
You do got to kick them. A lot of junk time goals. A lot of Richmond fans saying, hey, these umpires screwed us again in the third quarter. Now, were they a bit rough on you? For sure in the third quarter. But also, you just got pantsed by a team that's better than you.
Yep.
So, Dees now have West Coast. So, same question for them is about Carlton. Same question. Are you back, or are you just beating the shit out of some local teams?
Mm-hmm.
And not really even a test next week against West Coast. Because if the wheels come off there,
that's bad.
We're back to light and Goody's seat up again.
Yeah.
So watch this space. But well done to the D's for turning it around. Feel good. Everyone in the club feeling good, loving each other. There were kisses on the forehead.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well.
I think someone kicked a goal as well and threw up a
lot of
heart
love.
celebration.
A lot of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're back in their love era, which is great. And also, speaking of things that probably shouldn't be doing, and probably a warning going to the round of football this week if you are attending, let's keep the dogs in for the Anzac ceremony.
I saw that on the story.
I think let's pay our respects.
Yeah.
The dogs are on a lead for the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Last post, anthem. Pay your respects and keep your dogs in. We don't need dogs out for that.
Is it dogs out after?
Dogs out
Is that
after
okay?
when everyone starts the end of the anthem and everyone's cheering.
Shoes
then
off.
I'd love to see someone take their shoes off and celebrate like that. Like, let's go. But I think if we're taking dogs like for a walk during that, disrespectful.
Yeah, if we're talking about the tighter your pants are for a moment like this, it applies with the shoes.
Let's keep our dogs in our shoes.
Yep.
And then take them off to celebrate. But a lot of funny things get around the G. A lot of people playing. I've got a lot of videos of people playing games. Like I got a video of Sam Mitchell playing chess, drinking a beer.
Brilliant.
During the game. Unreal. Put that on socials. So, all happening in the Loud House. We're back there today, which will be great. We'll cover that in a couple of moments. But I just want to talk about a few things before we wrap up our Thursday night football review and go into the weekend. Connor Nash's apology text.
Yes.
I mean, I'll read it in a minute. It read like a guy who's trying to plant evidence of him being a really good guy. You know, like I know I fucked up, but I also know that I can use this in court against me,
100%.
like to help me get off. So this is what he wrote to Brian Myers. I'll read it how I read it first.
Okay.
And this is exactly what he said. This is how I read it. Hi, Brian. Connor Nash here. Firstly, I just wanted to check in on how you pulled up today. Hopefully not too bad and you can get back on track soon. I'm also reaching out to let you know there really wasn't any malice to that hit. I tried to play the ball and just got it badly wrong. Yes, I do try playing the game with a physical presence, but not in that spirit. Just want to let you know that again. Very sorry anyway for what's happened and all the circus around it. Hopefully it's just a week for you and you're right to go. All the best for the rest of the season. Go well. Cheers, Connor. That's how I read it. Like a, hey, I'm sorry, but also not kind of sorry.
It is a real, I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you feel like that.
And I'm sorry, but shouldn't have been standing there, really.
Really.
Like, Brian, I play the game on edge.
With a physical presence.
So, again, I'm sorry for how you feel, but you know that I play the game like this. If you stand there when I'm coming through, again, you might be in the wrong. Anyway, get better.
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
Hopefully it's a week.
Yeah. Hopefully. And, this circus, bloody, you think you're going through it now. Bloody hell, I can't leave the street. You got a headache, so do I. All this media attention. So that was horrible. That was bad. Not a perfect 101 way, textbook, how to apologise kind of thing. But it's okay. Got his 4 weeks. He'll cop it. Don't know if he's going to Bali or Noosa or maybe back to Ireland. Who knows? But that text was very funny. Also breaking yesterday, major bag alert. Chad Warner signs for $1.4 million a season to stay at the Swans for another 2 years. So we assumed that the $4 million house purchase in Perth that was 14 minutes away from both West Coast and Fremantle HQ was going to be a sign like this guy's maybe going home. We thought that maybe if Chad signed at West Coast, then Harley would stay. Mm-hmm. Not the case. Didn't mean anything. Just wanted to be a landlord.
He's doing well, though, because as we've discussed, that's not an Airbnb or a rental.
That's a big
house, really,
monthly remortgage payments on that would be through the roof.
Unless, I suppose, WA is known for a little bit of cash. Maybe you can rent that out.
Maybe he's rented it out to a few of the boys.
Yeah, that's
on
true.
A premium. Say, boys,
like
hold
a TikTok
this for a couple
house.
Of years. So... Could be. He signed for 2 years, so that takes him to 2027. Him and his brother takes him also to free agency. Smart by him and his camp because when he comes out of contract in 2027, we assume he's going to be maybe the top of his game, more so.
Yep.
And that means Tassie comes in the year after, and we know what they have, a huge war chest and a huge sign-on war chest.
Mate,
so he's played this so well.
Tassie.
If they said to him, we'll give you $500,000 sign-on and 1.6.
No direct flights, mate. That's almost going from New Zealand to Perth.
Just saying, I think he's played this pretty well.
Okay.
Old Chad.
Well, at least in that scenario, it's a bidding war then.
Oh, yeah.
At least you've got that.
He's put himself up. It's like, you guys just go bidding crazy for me right now. West Coast, Sydney, and Tassie. Go for it. He could be a first marquee player for Tassie.
He'd be a great sign.
We would have said this about Gaz and the Gold Coast. You would have said there's no way Gaz, son of Gaz, would leave where his roots are to go to the Gold Coast. And he did it for the cash.
Yeah, but he wasn't the best ambassador for Queensland. And a guy who loves WA as much as he does, he's not going to then go, I bloody love Tassie.
Yeah, I mean, Gaz didn't give a shit about the Gold Coast or the players. He didn't know my name for 4 years, so there's that. No. That's that. But well done to Chad getting that cash.
Well done.
We gave him the pod soon as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's coming to the pod. So big fan of the pod and the program.
Oh,
so he wants to come on.
He did follow me the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you send him a message or not?
No.
Oh, fuck.
I think I did last night, actually. No. I played it cool.
What did you say?
Well, what I did say, I think I said 2 more for the great man. But...
Did you post anything or you just messaged that out of the blue?
Well, here's what I regret. I sent it after the news broke, but I replied to a story. I think he just put up a story of his food, and I replied to that. So if I had my time again...
No context.
It would have been better if he had posted... the story about, like, hey, I've re-signed. I could reply to that. But
He was just showing off his food.
Yeah,
and he said 2 more for the great man. Did he reply to you?
No.
Yeah, great. Yeah. He might get back to you. He's a busy man.
Oh, he's got a lot of
stuff. Yeah. Giants took a huge swing at Marcus Bontempelli on socials. Don't know if you saw this. Photo of Bont and Toby Green in their All-Australian blazers next to each other, and the Giants put the caption up, "Don't miss your chance to watch the best player in the AFL and Marcus Bontempelli go head-to-head in Canberra this weekend." Huge strategy, pissing off one of the best players in the league in a big game.
Yeah, but it is also a way of saying you are the best player in the league.
True.
Like,
it's big talk though, regardless.
Oh, absolutely.
After kicking 34 points and Toby Green kicking 1 point.
That's true.
It's a big thing to go, you know what? Let's aim the sniper at Marcus Bontempelli and put him in the gun. So it's bold by them, but I think I looked at this, a lot of people go, nah, I shouldn't do this. Old man media was going off the head. I looked at this going, we love this. We want more teams poking and prodding each other. And the Giants social team, let's be honest, they've been down on form lately. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the league has told them to calm down a bit, stop annoying people, stop poking and making fun of people, stop ripping on them. But we want them at their very best. And it felt like this post was like, oh yeah, we found our swagger back.
You know how seriously they take their social media department, Dan? Mm-hmm. That when they rocked up at Norwood against the Saints, I saw the team bus pull in and I was waiting to, say something to Finn. Yeah. And bus pulls up, as I said, 2 doors, one at the front, one in the middle. You know who comes off first? Jacob Gaynor.
Yeah.
Before anyone.
Yeah.
And I went there. That's how seriously they take it.
I mean, I think they're still very number one in the business.
Oh,
until someone takes the title off them. But their form has been down. I think this is them coming back into it a little bit, which is good.
I do think potentially, if you looked at the form guide, I reckon Hawthorn's posting has probably been
up there
better. Because do you know what I mean? Because you got to consider as well, Hawthorn have a far older fan base that they need to contend with, and the fact that they can do that, walk that line is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Also for Jacob and the Giants, they made up a rumor that we said that Tom Green was dumb. We have never said that. That was Tom and Jacob. That's an absolute lie.
Hid that in the...
I think Tom's very smart.
But they hid it. It was like a 3-minute video.
Don't do that.
2 minutes 45 in.
No. I'll tell you who is dumb. Actually, I won't say it.
Say it.
No, I don't want to say who is dumb.
What does it rhyme with?
No, I actually had no one. I was going to say something just for the sake of saying something.
Oh, nice.
No. Hey, so big game today.
Huge
Anzac Day. Awesome. As I said, it's literally dangerous for me and hopefully all you at home and listening to this right now to be near a brick wall at 3:19 p.m. Because as soon as the siren goes after the anthem and the back end of the 5 seconds when the crowd starts going, I'm going to stand up and I'm running through Poppy's wall.
Yeah.
If she's asleep or not.
Doesn't matter.
And if Anna goes, what are you doing for? She'll know. She'll, obviously, Anzac Day happened.
Sorry, I was pulling you up on that.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you should know if there's a wall around me on Anzac Day at 3:19, I'm running through it. So that's where we're at. Big game for Collingwood, big game for Essendon, a lot of moving parts here. The big one here, Darcy Moore definitely has a concussion, which the Pies have tried to hide. So he's out.
For an earache?
Earache. Okay, good earache. This guy, how old are you, 12? So he's out. Captain, which means Captain Nick Dacos steps up to the plate in the biggest in-season game of the year. This is big. This is like... Bombers fans, if you thought you were just maybe a sneaky chance to win this game, maybe something could go your way, umpiring, a bounce of the ball, maybe you just catch the Pies on an off day. Wrong day to think that.
Yeah.
Because there's Captain Nick Dacos who's going to tear you a new one.
So I do have a question about that. A little bit of confusion on my behalf. Is he now captain going forward, or is this just like... Because it felt... I'm confused.
One off, but it was big for the club to be like, this is Captain Nick Dacos. It's very much like...
See, there's my confusion, because the way that they spoke about it was very much like, here he comes.
I think we're at a point here we can openly say that Nick Dacos probably should be the captain of that club.
Probably.
Because if you're doing an interim captain post, and you know the hype around it would be big, then you're probably thinking, okay, we know you want it.
Any other time that a captain doesn't play, it's very much, and by the way, the co-captain is captain.
It's a very much the side thing. But this felt like a, hey, captain and coming soon captain post. Stay tuned. Hitting your theatres next year.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. So big game for him. I can't wait to see him captain. Like he's gonna tear Essendon a new one in the MCG.
God, yeah.
This is his stage.
He's built for that.
A lot of people saying Braden Maynard maybe should have been captain.
Really?
He was vice captain. That's why. Nick Dacos is like the most obvious choice to be a captain.
Absolutely.
How he's not already is a bit...
Well, he's, 21?
Yeah, but normally best player on your team is captain.
I don't love that attitude.
Don't you?
Don't love it.
Who's a captain that probably shouldn't be... Oh, actually, that's dangerous territory.
I tell you what, here's a good example of one thing I hated when it comes to captaincy. And there's probably every chance that this is for several clubs. But I remember when the Crows went... all right, you guys need to pick who you want as the captain. They picked Tex. And it felt very like choosing the jock to be class captain.
Yeah.
Like pick the coolest guy.
Yeah.
I don't rate that attitude. I don't think it needs to be the best player.
You just want the best captain for the job.
Yeah.
The leader. Well, to be a captain in the AFL, you have to be playing every game. It can't be like me and the two who's coming out of the team.
That's true.
Like you have to be in the team. Few requirements. In the team.
Yeah.
Consistently perform.
Checklist. So in the team.
Perform consistently. Good speaker. Good thinker.
So Max Gawn.
Good people person.
So Max Gawn.
Max Gawn. So yeah. I mean, I've said this before, for the Gold Coast when we were up there, we did an open vote, which was definitely closed. Now thinking about it. It wasn't like in front of each other, but it was like very much Survivor style. Who do you want for captain? Put it in the urn.
What, and burn it?
But everyone was like, okay, well, we just want Nathan Bock. Then post-voting, who'd you vote for? Bocky. Who'd you vote for? Bocky. I reckon I spoke to 35 people. It was like, Bocky's captain. Anyway, get up there. And your captain is... Gary Ablett. Oh, everyone's going,
hang on.
Des doesn't know our names. How's it? But that was an example of him just being the best player who gets captaincy.
Yeah, okay.
So there's that. Nick Dacos, can't wait to see him.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I'll be glazing him for sure, but we love the hell out of him.
Oh, big time.
Such a good player. Old Gold is, now listen, the hat situation with Old Gold, he is back for sure. he could still pull out. There could be, he's an old man. Like something could happen today on the way to the game.
That's true.
That sounds like a crash. I hope he does not. I hope he doesn't. But in the warm up, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Could do a hammy.
Yep.
He's old. He's old man. Could do a hip. His teeth could fall out. Like something here could happen to old gold. So let's just, before we eat hats, let's just see him get to the start line.
Yeah.
And then we'll go at the
take a hot
situation.
moment.
So how are your vibes in this game? Do you think this will be one-way traffic still? After sleeping on it?
There's still a part that you go, it's Anzac Day. Do you know what I mean? And every time I think of Anzac Day, I never think about the Pies. I only think about Zaharakis and Essendon.
Yeah.
So there's that mental block.
Yeah.
But I think
it's one-way traffic today, isn't
one
it?
way,
Then we go to Freo and watch Freo Crows, which could be a good game as well.
Hopefully.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. Didn't get tickets in the end. I was surprised Collingwood didn't message me after last week's episode. During the week.
During the week, yeah.
Because I don't know if you picked up on it, but I did a lot of, I've never actually been to the game. What's it like?
Can someone DM?
Well, tried to. Can't receive messages unless they follow you.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
No, I'm pumped. It'll be great.
Well, that's big. Hey, Anzac Day weekend. Enjoy. Lots of football out there.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Monday now. Back to regular program next week. Thank God. Been a busy, hectic week. Shuffling everywhere to get episodes in. So enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Nailed it.
Fuck yes.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.